Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right. So, there's been a lot of updates. As you can see, the shaders are back. The other thing, chest textures are back. And it's not horribly laggy. It's definitely laggy in here, but it's not as bad as like it used to be. Now, like with shaders and chest textures back, what changed? I finally did like back-end work, got things rendered properly, fixed sodium, and things like that. Now, the build I'm kind of showcasing today, it's two builds and kind of like future projects. So as you can tell, this massive structure right here is the brand new basketball stadium for the city. You can tell the outside, I haven't done anything with it yet, but I will eventually. But the inside, we have quite the large basketball stadium. So kind of what my thought process with this was, it's kind of just world building for the city. I actually have been to March Madness before, and I enjoyed it so much, and it kind of inspired me like, oh, I should probably build a basketball court. Seems like fun. And it was, in fact, fun to build. I did enjoy it. It was good. And so this was inspired by, like, basically just a photo I saw off of Google. And that was pretty fun. So I just, like, saw the image, built it kind of based off of that. That one was more 2 layers, bigger. But the roof, this roof design, and the main reason why I wanted to build this was the roof design. So the roof design uses that dark oak along with a ton of glass. I'm out of glass completely now for my builds. And it turned out super duper well. And because of the glass roof, I actually didn't need to use any lanterns or any lighting in here. So it ended up working out really well. Now, the other thing that has been at, along with the sodium changes and the shaders, I have a map. So you can actually see some of the new building going on. But so I have a map now, which I can access anywhere. I can see my location, and then I can get all sorts of things, and it is really nice. It just kind of adds a little bit of convenience for me. It's like, oh, I can see where my old base is. I can see in detail. Oh, here's my new base. Oh, here's a station. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But it kind of adds a lot more to the world. Also, it is quite funny. You can see how non-circular this actually is. I thought I made it very circular, but clearly it's not. So, but yeah, this surprisingly, even though it's a really big build, it didn't actually take that long. It was pretty easy to do and wasn't really that complicated. It's also not like it's good looking, don't get me wrong. It's not like the best looking. The thing that is really, and also probably the title of this episode, or at least in the thumbnail, is this kind of ugly looking building. And yes, it is not the prettiest. It's I built it in more of like a brutalist style, and it's not that bad looking. This little building here, it is actually not that little. And you know, built this right here, the little grotto here. Over here I haven't built just because I have a feeling I haven't decided what I want to do here yet. But I built this in the brutalist style, and then also this is the first connection outside the back of my base. So I built this little walkway here. There's up. So I built this walkway. This goes directly from my base. Also, I opened that up as directly into the station. What's the station? An ice highway station. Now, I know nether travel is faster, but this was more like I wanted to do this also kind of for world building, but also like, but this is my blue ice highway, and it works very well. It is incredibly fast, as you can see. Has turns that, and the turns aren't great, but they aren't that bad either. And then I do eventually want to expand this. This is kind of the start of my highway system. Again, ignore this building. This is a next video. But I mean, might as well give a little sneak peek of it. Quite sizable, but nowhere near done. This is a next video. And also, you can tell this stuff took a long time to build. So if you do enjoy, like and subscribe. But so here we can continue down the highway. Oh gosh, I forgot. So the highway, which is kind of what it's called, it does have pillars holding it up like this. So that was a big thing where I don't want it to just be floating. It is floating in a lot of areas, but they're kind of like nothing's around, so I haven't, when I build in those areas, I will build the pillars. But yeah, so we have the pillars holding it up, so that way it looks good, and it's not just floating. And it's cobblestone and smooth stone, and then that's only for the city portion. Once we get out here, it switches to the brick, stone brick. And then the pillars will be brick as well. Now let's take this all the way to the new station. It is really fun to go on this because it is quite fast. It's faster than Elytra by far. That is surprising to say, but it is definitely faster than the Elytra. And this brings us to our very first station. I kind of went with a kind of like deserty theme for this. Also, yeah, on a hill. So it's kind of like, it's a very simple station, but I didn't want it to be like a main focal point. Built up on this hill. So it's very simple. Has the little birch trees around, which I planted, and makes sense. And this is so that way I have easier access to the mesa biome, and then there's a desert here as well. So really, this is just like a resource extraction post. And you can tell that's what it looks like without them. But here's the actual thing about this station is, I know it looks super good, but this hill isn't real. So I completely built this hill from scratch. Light up the inside. So none of this was here. It just went to the beach, and then I had to build it up completely on my own. And I think it looks good. I think it looks pretty natural. It's definitely not like the most natural looking, but it made more sense to do the hill rather than build like a skyscraper, just like a full large building, just because, well, quite frankly, there's nothing else out here. This is the first time I've even like really been out. Like, it's here to be the station, and it looks good enough. But you know, I like the building. It definitely looks good. This side also looks good. So if you're flying in, it's like, oh yeah, that looks pretty natural, I'd say. So I'm happy with the station. A little wave pattern. And these things take a long time. You might be wondering, this is a lot of playtime, especially because this isn't blue ice, but this is all blue ice. If you don't know, so 9 ice makes 1 packed ice. 1 packed ice makes, 9 packed ice makes 1 blue ice. So gosh, in total, this is like, each block is 81 pieces of ice. Yeah. Did I mine 81 pieces of ice? No, I mined packed ice and then turned it into blue ice. I did look for some blue ice glaciers, but there wasn't many. Ooh, also, but this is another area where I do kind of want to build in the future. In the middle of the jungle, and it's really, really cool. With the jungle, we have the highway going through. It's It's very cool looking. So this was a ton of ice, and I can actually show you guys on the map. This is what it looks like. All these ice spikes. I destroyed some of the glaciers here. They're gone. And I'm sure over time, all of these will be gone. All of them will be gone. Just to build more highways. Because here's the plan, and why the reason I wanted the map is I wanted to build, this is going to be the A line, and it's going to go all the way up to here, and then it'll have another branch off this way, because that's my endpoint. So I'll build some sort of station out here over the water. I know that's going to be funky, but it is what it is. Or I might build the station here. See. But I want this A line to kind of be like the main longest line. And on top of this station, in the far, far future, no time soon, extend it all the way out here to the desert. You can tell this is where I mine all my sand currently, because I actually didn't know about this desert here. Oh. So this is where I currently mine all of my sand. So, I kind of forgot there's a mesa battling. So, really what this is looking like. This whole thing, I'd love to have it on one line, and you can just go for miles. That sounds kind of like the main plan. And where I really want to like have this world go. You can tell the corners aren't great. If you guys have any suggestions to make the corners better, please let me know. I am not an expert on it. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. This was inspired by a video, which I will put in the description. I didn't copy them entirely because they have a lot more. They called it, I think it was the high-speed rail system in their video. I highly recommend giving it a watch. It is seriously good. Also, the golf course, I hate it. I want it to go away at some point. I'm going to build over all of this. I never play it. I never look at it. I just fly over it. Stupid. It's useless. So I will be getting rid of the golf course at some point once I build something else. But at the moment, I am building this. So, the rest of this video, we'll be talking about what the heck is this thing. It looks even better at night than it does in the day. Actually tell, I didn't place all the lanterns yet. Here, so as I talk to you guys, I can do that. So, this is basically, I realized a lot of the things I have in this world either don't get finished or I just don't really care about them once they get near completion. I'll finish them and it's like, okay, done. And then I don't use them. So what this building is supposed to be is a few different things under one roof. So one is I need a sugarcane farm. It's definitely a must have in this building. I don't know if that's going to be a manual thing, because I do have sugarcane up here growing, but it's not that much sugarcane. It's also manual. So in this building, I'm going to build a smaller scale sugarcane farm. Nothing massive. And that's kind of one of the things in there. That's actually one of the least important. What else is going in here is a museum. So different items, like I want to like collect or have all the paintings on display, a bunch of blocks on display, like, oh, here's all the stone. Oh, here's all the brick variation. Things like that. Where it really just shows off all the different things of mine. And, you know, like things like Dragon Egg, all the armor sets, things that I can collect. And that's like something I can do in videos, which is like, oh yeah, I went and collected all the armor sets in Minecraft. That'd be a fun video, I feel. So it's going to act as like a sugarcane farm, a museum, and it is going to be much taller when I'm done with this. This is going to be a massive. Then on top of that, I am going to be adding a villager hub, because at the moment, the only villager hub I have is here, my old base. This is where my villagers are. I do have villagers for like the farming here, but this is just to get emeralds here. This is almost like a bank. So this is where I want like all the villagers that can sell me books and things like that. So part of this will be like almost like a library for them. So they'll have a library for the villagers, the sugarcane farm, and a museum in here. It's not really big enough. Especially because, so the next floor, I'm just starting it, but that's the start of the next floor. And then on the final, I'll have a tower going up, or possibly multiple towers. And in the tower, I want to build my to-do list. So the to-do list will actually be just basically exactly what it's named. Things that I want to do in the work. Like, oh, I need to finish some of the pillars here on the ice highway. Hey, I should redecorate the outside of this. Oh, I should redecorate this area. I don't really know what I want to do here. We'll see. It's just kind of having a list just on signs. Almost like literally just having an office in this building at the top. So I can fly in, check things I want to do. I can go down to the museum for inspiration, collect some sugarcane for my rockets, things like that. And I want this building to really like actually be useful. Like I want this building to be one that I go to a lot. Like almost, I mean, honestly, I want this to be like my new base. And I'm not saying I'm moving my chests, because I'm not. I can keep my chests over here, but I want this to be like, oh, maybe I'll have like a shulker box room. So like I keep all my shulker boxes here. Like this is gonna be my new base. Like a lot more things, a lot less laggy, because that's the problem with the chest room. And it kind of like, it's a little bit further away from the city, but that's fine. The island's almost fully built. I've land here, I've land out here. Nothing else big can be, oh, and I guess out here, but like, it's almost done. So as I'm picking up, I think you guys kind of should get the gist of what this building is going to be. Sorry about that. I've been a little bit sick lately. I know my voice just, like, actually just changed, but that's what happens when you're a little bit sick. And also why I've had so much time to build and things. So I'll cut the video here. This is really what the new massive major structure, basically my new base, is going to be. My new home for future projects is all going to be this building. And of course the landscaping, we'll do that. Honestly, I'll probably do that today. But all that comes together. This is the new building. I hope you guys enjoy. I will hopefully post more soon, but you know, with my upload schedule, hey, this video came out in under 2 months time, and you guys have seen how much I built the ice highway, the stadium, and now this, which also this is one of the most detailed builds I've made in a long time. That being that, oh, I almost forgot, we have to add one of the commenters on a sign. Here, let me go do that. Alright, so this is the sign from the last video that I posted. You guys had a ton of support for that video. The comments were all so unbelievably nice that I want to put 2 highlighted comments up. So the first is by Charlie's Keen. He said, love the smokestack for the charcoal place. All those small features around the main island make it feel much more alive. Thank you so much. That's so kind. I agree. Absolutely right. And then the second comment I want to highlight is Quirmy. said, he or she said, I love your world. It's been a lot since I watched so much builds using sandstone. Just another really nice thing said. There was actually like a lot of comments on that video that were so like super supportive, super nice. Thank you guys so much. And also there was one villager that said if the world feels a little bit lifeless. Oh, I agree. That's why I have to get shaders on. The shaders just add a whole nother level to the world. I almost wrote you down on here, but you're me. Kidding. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see y'all later.